We are cruising to the end of February and I need to get my bullet journal set up for March. Hi everybody, today is February 27th. It is day 27 of my Plan As You Go series where I show how I use my bullet journal, my Erin Condren horizontal, and my power sheets in tandem for a whole month. Today I am going to be getting my March bullet journal set up and then planning out the day. And the reason I'm going to do it in that order is because I have people who only watch my channel for bullet journal setups, and so I would rather leave the Erin Condren and all of that shit to the end of the video. So this first part is just going to be getting the March setup done, and then we'll get into the rest of the Plan As You Go. I think I'm going to stick to what I've been doing lately and put a focus on the cover page and all of that. I'm going to just change the color. I've been using the gray as like the accent color this whole time, and I'm loving the simple look of it. I'm just tired of the gray. And so I think because it is getting into springtime and I love these new teal colors that they released of the dual brush markers this past year, in the Tombos, that I'm gonna just switch over to teal, probably mostly this pale one, but I'll have the darker ones just in case. But still the same style, probably nothing else is gonna change in terms of how I'm setting it up, just that bit of a color, and then maybe grabbing some washi tapes that match for when I do my weekly pages. This is where I'm at now with my bullet journal. This was yesterday, so I'm gonna come back to this later and set up for today, and this is actually some World of Warcraft stuff I'm tracking, some pets I'm catching. But I'm gonna start March here because I feel like I'm gonna hit March in this spread, so I don't need to save any extra space. So this will be where we're gonna begin March. Much like what I did in February, I'm going to put a YouTube stats page here. This is where I am tracking the videos I make in a month and how many views they get in the first 24 hours and then how many views they get in the first 30 days individually. And as you guys can see, I did set this up in February and I have been filling it in. I think I might have finished my January one already. It's hard with the 30 days because you have to go a certain amount out. I think I'm mostly there. Now I still have more to do, but I'm filling them out. So as proof that I am creating something and filling it out, because some of you guys know that I have a knack for building things in my bullet journal during the setup and then not actually using them. I have been using this. Now for my cover, I'm going to put my focus for the month of March. I am going to continue along this kind of style of putting a focus, which is what I did in January and what I did in February. And the reason I'm doing that is because I found that the really decorative cover page and like some kind of illustrated, you know, theme throughout the course of the month was doing nothing for me. I was doing it for the sake of YouTube. I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I first started doing it, I did it because I thought it was pretty. But now I find myself doing it because I felt like I had to. It wasn't bringing me any joy. It wasn't contributing anything. And if it contributes something for you, then of course do it. But for me, it was a bunch of effort being expended for appearances is what it felt like. And honestly, I'm just not about that life right now. I need to do things in my bullet journal that are going to be helpful for me, not just doing them for the sake of the internet. I don't know. Now, of course, it doesn't mean I'm not going to add color here and there. I fucking love color. When I did my power sheet setup on Monday, and I can link that video up in the cards for you, I put this quote in it for the month of March, and that was, set realistic goals, keep reevaluating, and be consistent, from Venus Williams. And I think that that's what I'm going to put as my focus for this month, because what I have found is that I am not being very realistic with the to-do lists I'm setting for myself each day. So I'm actually not putting this as a focus for my overall goals, but for my day-to-day life, to set realistic goals for what I can accomplish in a day, to keep reevaluating what I can accomplish in a day, and to be consistent each day in how I am approaching it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this quote here, and then I'm going to put like an asterisk for each day as opposed to all of it. Even though I think it's good for your whole life as well, specifically I'm going to be focusing on my days. like I said, I put my little note here and I put my initials after it to show that the quote came from Venus Williams, and then this note is about my specific focus. And then, as I have been doing recently, I'm gonna take one of these tabs. These are the ones that Avery sent me. These are the little like mini tabs, and I'm gonna put March on it because I'm liking having them. The next couple of things on my list are my March intentions list and my challenges. I'm not gonna move everything over yet, migrate everything over yet, because I've still got, you know, today and tomorrow to get some things done. But I will put at the very top of this list some things from my power sheets that I know are gonna need to be done this month, and some things that need to get done every month, things that I know are happening. So here's my March list so far. It's already filling up with stuff for my power sheets, a bunch of stuff having to do with a sermon I'm giving at the beginning of April, which means most of the work needs to be done in March. And notice I did this big taxes on the top. I know I've been trying that and it's not been working lately, but I'll see if it works. This is like top priority this month so that we're not pushing to the last minute in April. For my challenges, I'm doing something different this month. By the time this video goes live, I will be putting it live on Instagram and in my Llama's Love Lettering Facebook group. I decided to combine my lettering and my doodles challenges into one set of prompts that you can letter or doodle or both if that's what you want to do. Because I was putting together a Pokemon challenge because my son said that he would bring his trumpet home if he bribed me with his trumpet to do the Pokemon situation, although the trumpet still has not shown up yet. And as I was creating the list of Pokemon to doodle, I realized they would be fun to letter. So I decided, you know what, let's put them together. So one list will rule them all this month. And so I'm just gonna stick it right here in the middle. And like I said, you can go to my Instagram at Llama Letters. You can go to my Facebook group or to my website, CindyGuentert-Baldo.com, to pick up the prompts. Feels weird writing challenges when there's only one challenge here, but technically it's two. Yeah, I'm liking the look of the blue or the teal color. I think it's pretty. It's still simple, like the difference between like this and this, very similar to each other, just different colors, and it just schnazzes it up a little bit. I'm gonna do the same style that I have been with the big doodle page and then the weekly lettering pages. They're just gonna be the same prompts. Okay, now that I am done with the doodle page and the intentions and the challenges, the last thing I want to set up is a page very similar to this, which was my 90-day check in January. And I'm gonna do another 90-day check here right at the beginning of March to look back on 90 days on my channel to see, because I'm trying to figure out what content you got. You feel free, tell me in the comments what it is that you like so I can do more of it. But I'm trying to be a little bit more methodical. A lot of this came from Gia from Marriage and Motherhood. I interviewed her on the podcast and she had a lot of really practical shit to say about, you know, looking at your YouTube channel, and I'm trying to take some of that advice into account and really see what it is you guys want so I can do more of it. I mean, I also want to do what I want. Let's not get that twisted. But, you know, if you guys don't want to see it, then why would I do it? Unless it was like something that I really cared about. So I'm taking this Get to Workbook washi tape that I got. I think I had swag somewhere, and this other like teal one to kind of jazz it up. And then maybe I'll just put this teal down the bottom. This is one of the few places I think right now with my current kind of aesthetic with my bullet journal where I'm actually adding a little extra color. But here's the thing, like I have a shit ton of washi tape and I love using it. I love looking at it. Like this flowery one, I've had this one for years. And it's one of my favorite just plain flowery ones because I love the color. All right, so I've got this journaling happy planner book that I used the last time. I put like a banner here, and I'm gonna do that again. I guess I should put February on it, even though technically this is in March. I'm gonna be doing it most likely tomorrow in March, but we're calling it February. And that's okay. The January one was in February, so I'm not feeling too bad about it. So I'm gonna put down all of the things I'm tracking, and then that I tracked this last month, I'll have it all filled in. Then all I have to do tomorrow is sit down and dig into my analytics and figure it out. Here is what the spread is. It is the date, the top 10 videos by watch time, as in minutes watched, the top 10 videos for views, and then click-through rate, which is how the percentage of people who saw my video clicking on it, watch time, which is a percentage, the percent of the video watched average, and then view duration, which is the average amount of minutes watched per video. And then my focus for March, which I'll determine once I actually get everything listed out. So that is my March setup, all of my things. I just need to go back through and number all of these pages so I can put it into, it's a lot of pages to number. I'm gonna do that later. No, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it now. And then we're gonna go into my plan as you go. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side, let it dry a little bit, and now I'm going to jump into my power sheets to check off what got done yesterday. Spoiler alert, not much. I wound up doing a lot of errands yesterday and taking care of things, and it was fucking pouring. Napa is like partly underwater. My house is fine, but like, dude, so much water everywhere. I did, however, do a little bit of work in a couple of spots today. Hopefully we will get our budget meeting. That's what we have scheduled. So hopefully we'll have time to sit down and talk about it tonight. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm not sure what else I'm gonna have time to get done. I'll have to look at my rest of my planner. I've got a meeting. I didn't even talk about that earlier. I have a meeting later today at 1, a finance committee meeting. Ironic, right? Like I'm struggling with budgeting for my household, but I'm on the finance committee at my church. It's because I'm a past president and we needed an extra, like that spot on the committee needed somebody. Here it is. I did make the lasagna last night. It went well. I did not finish the email work, but I did a lot of it, so I'm good with that. Inbox is still not at 0. I did go grocery shopping though, and I got my calendar updated. So today, my patron giveaway, which I've actually already posted, so if you are a patron, please go make sure and check that out. My finance committee meeting is today. Katie has early release, but Katie also has rehearsal, something I did not know when I filled the schedule out. And my meeting with Jess allegedly tonight. So I'm gonna put in Katie's rehearsal. I'm trying to think, what am I gonna have time to do today? It's not a lot. I'm all over the place. Which you can kind of tell that there's already not a lot of space left in my planner. That's part of why I do this visual like blocking thing, because it means when I look at my day and I see that there's not much room to fit anything else in, that means maybe I shouldn't try and fit more shit in. Because this video is gonna take me forever to edit because it's longer. And then I need to get my, that's what I need to put on here. I need to get the challenges for the month posted for you guys by the time this video goes live. Other than that, I think I have more of this email work to be working on, but I think I'm just gonna try and squish it in between meetings and my kids and everything else. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to think, do I have anything else this week that needs to get added? I'm not really sure. I feel like stuff keeps sort of coming up in my mind and not actually happening. I have no idea. Oh well, whatever. So this is my Erin Condren for the day. Like I said, it's gonna be kind of a disjointed day. Ideally, I'd like to get a couple more videos filmed. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I've got videos planned out. I just don't know if I'm prepared to film them yet. So I'm gonna fill in my time tracker first and foremost, or my pain tracker. Once again, pain-free evening. I mean, not pain-free. Maybe the more accurate thing to say is excessive pain-free. No more than my usual amount of pain. Woohoo! One of the things I forgot to do with that in my setup was I need to put in my picture of the month, which I've already printed. And I wish that I was able to pull over and take a picture today, because I took this when RJ and I went out to lunch together after a bunch of rain, and this is one of the offshoots of the Napa River. It is never this high. It is always like one of those kind of half dried out looking creeks, and it was super high and rushing super fast. But this is not just about the creek, it's also about being able to go out to lunch with my boy and like just the two of us having fried chicken together. But I will say that the rivers now are like higher than this. Like they actually had to send us a text saying, don't worry, school is still open today. You just might need to take more time to get there. That's how bad it flooded last night. Like people were worried schools were gonna be shut down. I'm gonna check this off. We're still making one more cauliflower recipe tomorrow night. I'm gonna be giving the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi a try, but I have cooked with cauliflower every week. We have found recipes we liked, and we have found recipes we did not like so much. For the next month, we're gonna do carrots. Finding carrot recipes has been a little bit difficult. There's a lot of like braised or like glazed carrots, but I'm trying to think, what dishes do you serve carrots in? Because the only dish I ever serve carrots in on the regular besides salad is stew. But I'm looking for where carrots, maybe not the center of the dish, but a big part of the dish. So if you have suggestions for that, so not a side dish, but like main dishes, maybe one pot dishes besides stew that feature carrots, will you please let me know in the comments so I have like some idea of what search terms to put in. I can check off my Power Sheets check-in. I probably should have done that in my bullet journal setup half of this video, but whatever, I did that. I should do one for my budget ones as well, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Now moving to my challenges for today, the doodles are pumpkin pie spice, which I have heard is an aphrodisiac for men, which I find highly amusing. I'm gonna admit that was phoning it in. Whatever. The lettering challenge for today is I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy, yeah. On the catwalk, on the catwalk. I think I'm gonna wait to use the blue or teal colors until I move to the next page of this, just to keep it looking nice. Now, I did go back and check off already that I did my Patreon giveaway post today, because I did, but I literally did not finish anything else yesterday. Oh, it's Wednesday and my list has 2 things off of it. So I'm gonna put in my next day's bullet journal and try not to freak out too badly. Remember what I was saying about setting realistic expectations? Although that's next month, that's not today. I feel like my shit is getting sloppier and sloppier. I wonder what that means. What does that even mean? All right, so here's my list today. My video, my giveaway post that I already checked off because that's how I live my life, and I'll check off that I filmed this. Posting my challenges, my meeting today, my 2 meetings today, Katie's rehearsal, getting some more email work done, and then some chores, the laundry, getting the dishes unloaded. I need to run back to Target and pick up some things that I had forgotten yesterday, some important personal hygiene products. Do you want to get my inbox? Because that's something that keeps getting put off and I just need to take care of it. So that's my list for the day. I'm sorry that I did not answer questions in today's video. Like I said, trying to get the setup in, my mind has been all over the place, but I would love for you to tell me in the comments below what kinds of videos you want to see from me in the future, whether they are more plan as you go videos, whether they are lettering videos or watercolor videos or planner videos or review videos, oops, I touched it, or lifestyle type stuff, vlogging, or whatever the case may be. Don't just say all the videos. Give me some concrete suggestions here, because as you can tell, I am trying to get a better grasp of what it is people want to see so that I can try and incorporate more of that while at the same time doing things that make me happy. And I will tell you, this simplistic style, relatively simplistic style of setting up my bullet journal is making me happy right now, as is the pet collecting I'm doing in World of Warcraft, but we don't need to talk about that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow in the last Plan As You Go video for this month.